So we're doing rhymes, poems, raps, and songs. And this is the that aacgirls.blogspot. That's what you might want to be writing down right now, because we're going to post everybody's handouts there, and we'll get them up within a week of today. And there's lots of other stuff there too. So just know that there'll be a bunch of stuff. So aacgirls.blogspot.com. aacgirls.blogspot.com. Okay, ready to go? Supporting phonemic awareness for all students, younger students and older students. So let's. Okay, phonemic awareness, just a quick definition. The ability to focus on and manipulate phonemes in spoken words. But what's important is conscious analytic knowledge, because 30-day-old babies recognize the difference. We know because we can wire them up and put a little pacifier in their mouth. And then we can put words, sounds into a room, buh, buh, buh. And the baby starts sucking on the pacifier, and they're looking how hard, how fast, and how long does that baby suck. And that's how we can tell if they hear the sound. And then they change it from buh, buh, buh to puh, 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 puh. And baby gets all excited and starts sucking again. So a 30-day-old baby hears the difference. But they're not ready to use it because they can't tell me, are these different? Bad, pad. No, they can't give us that kind of information. So they have to understand it and be able to tell us that they understand it. And we know from correlational studies that students who come into school with good, strong phonemic awareness skills and letter identification are much more likely to be reading and writing well at the end of second grade. So we know these are important skills. So let's just look at some fun ways to teach them. Now, Aaron talked earlier about looking at the bridge and how a lot of students who have Angelman syndrome are really not doing great on phonemic awareness, and it's very related to not having strong oral language skills. This is another test that you have in your handout. I don't want to call it a test. It's a wonderful little literacy rubric, and you can observe it. Really nice to see change across time. And so this literacy rubric, one of the areas is phonemic awareness, and this is where we'll see a lot of students with Angelman not doing so great. So that's why you're here today. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is to try to avoid this woman. She is the drill and kill queen. We do not want to be doing drill and kill because it does not generalize. I'm starting to do a Pinterest page for quotes, trying to make quotes visual, so this is one of them. So if you want to print this off and make a nice little label and put it on your kid's backpack to sort of remind people maybe, that might be a good way to use it. A little poster to put in the classroom, right? Is phonemic awareness a prerequisite? Do we have to wait till they're really good at phonemic awareness before we can start teaching them how to read and write? Nope. Marilyn Adams, who wrote this book almost 25 years ago, it's so great, called Beginning to Read, and she says, the activities that seem to lead the most strongly to the development of phonemic awareness are those involved in learning how to read and spell. And so what I mean by phonemic awareness, remember how Aaron said that when Maggie knows that Maggie and Mama and Maisie all start with the letter M, that's hearing the sounds at the beginning of a word. But when she also knows that Maggie rhymes with saggy and baggy and laggy, and we can make up a really funny rhyme, then these words rhyme with her name, that's another type of phonemic awareness. It's another piece of that puzzle. So what should we be doing? We can read poems, we can be doing hand claps. Oh, wait a minute. I heard a result of a survey for students with Angelman that they really like songs. Score! So we can use that and make it more explicit, okay? And rhyming texts. So I know that Aaron mentioned Tar Heel Reader. It's this website we love. If you don't know it, you've got to go there. Thousands and thousands of books that are written for students that we work with. We love this website. And this is a book about trucks. I want you to raise your hands if you think you have a child who would look at that book cover and go, I want to read that book. Isn't that a great picture on the top cover? Raise your hands. I want to see them up high. Who has somebody that would like that book? All right. Let's read it then. Some trucks are old. Some trucks are new. Some trucks are red. What's going to be the next page? What do you think? Oh, you think? Let's look and see. How can I make this more explicit, though, for your students? Some trucks are, oh, I covered the word up. I put a Post-it on it, and now we can look at different words that could fill that in, and some trucks are blue. Okay, so we've made this into kind of a fun learning activity, but it can't feel like a test, because remember, no drill and kill. It's got to be fun, it's got to be interactive. Poetry is another great way to do this. Let's think about poetry for older kids. For little kids, holy cow, all those nursery rhymes, we got tons of stuff. All kinds of rhyming text. Brown bear, what do you hear? See, oh boy. Yeah, end of the day. Let's try that again. Brown bear, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. So it's rhyming, and it's got predictability, and it's got rhythm. It's got everything you need. But what about older kids? We have things like Jack Prelutsky wrote The New Kid on the Block. Funny, funny, funny poems that older kids love. Ogden Nash, the termite knocked upon the wood and tasted it and found it good. And that is why your cousin May fell through the parlor floor today. Very fun. Now here's how we might use that. We have a student I work with who had a poetry pal, and every Monday he and his poetry pal would go down to whoever, and the poetry pal changed every week. Great opportunity for a communication circle. I bet Sadie's communication circle would love this. Every Monday they go to the library, and the student has prepared a script that they can use on their communication device that has things like, "Excuse me, I'm looking for a poetry book. I love Ogden Nash," that type of thing. And so they get a poetry book, they work with their poetry pal to pick a poem, and then they practice it and practice it. And you know how I was acting it out? The student is acting it out, and their friend is acting it out. They're doing it together, and they're presenting it in front of the class. So it's a great opportunity to get that rhythm and repetition, etc. And then you got Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends, all kinds of fun poems such as, board. I can't afford an outboard. I can't afford a surfboard. I can't afford a snowboard. All I can afford is a board. Right. And then think about how you could have fun with that. And they could try to think about this student who's in an inclusive classroom, that everybody has to try to find something that they can't afford that ends with board, right? I can't afford a smartboard. I can't afford a whiteboard. I can't afford a chalkboard, etc. Having a lot of fun with that. If you don't have time to go to the library, there's a website for that, gigglepoetry.com. And again, I hid the last word. Let's see if you can figure it out. The burp. Pardon me for being rude. It was not me. It was my food. It got so lonely down below, it just popped up to say, hello, okay? So just fun stuff. Interesting stuff. Wouldn't that be a fun thing to do at the dinner table, to just read a fun little poem like that and try to guess the ending word, right? Really fun. We know that kids can learn even better if we actually print it out so they can see the words, and then we put the little Post-it note, and then we pull it off and reveal hello, okay? Raps and chants for older students, and really good for little ones too. Okay, this is one of your handouts, so it's on in your packet. And if you didn't get a packet yet, where are you going to find it? AA in the back? Absolutely. And if they're all gone, aacgirls.blogspot, okay? So name song. So we're doing the name song for Cameron today. And so you're going to do this with me. I'm going to teach it to you, and then we're going to do it together. We're going to clap his name, and his name has 3 beats. So we're going to do Cameron. So let's try that. Clap your name, Cameron. Tap your name. Now, ideally, you could do that, or when you get a little more fancy, he could have his name, his sister's name, his mom and dad in front of him, and he's going to find his name and tap 3 times on Cameron as opposed to Rebecca or mom or dad. Got it? So now we're reading. Tap your name, Cameron. Stretch it till it's long, Cameron. Spell your name. And now I'm going to point to the letter and pause. So I've got C-A-M-E-R-O-N. But one of the things I'm going to do is start doing that say it in your head, right? Now this time I'm going to do say it in your head, nod so I see you saw it. So I point So this time I'm going to point, and I want you to say it in your head, and I want you to show me you're saying it. Ready, set, go. Oh, I love the way you said it in your head, okay? Now let's look at a video. Oh my, this was so much fun. So we did this at camp, and what you're going to look at is Trinity, and so we have Allison here, and she's wearing the name Chant, and we have Erin as being the helper, and you're going to see Sophie Gretchen is going to have the letters. So if you're doing this in a classroom, we want to make sure that all the kids can be involved. So Gretchen has the letters Triniti on Post-it notes, and she's holding it in front of Sophie so that everybody can be participating. So let's just watch a piece of this. Seriously? Okay. I'll just use this. No, it's not. Can I have another mic? Yeah, is there another? Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Vanna. Okay. So we'll just pull it out and, all righty. Is this one on? Oh, you know what? You're right. I was sorry about that. I was playing. That's what you get for playing with your videos while you're. No, where's this?
It's right here.
Okay. Yeah, it's right here.
Spell your name.
Nothing?
Nope.
You plugged in the right one? Let me see.
Yep, it's in the right one. It's just got, I think there's a short. So.
I-T-I. Tell your name. Trinity. And say it like a cheer. Trinity. Trinity.
Observe her face.
Trinity.
We all love it when people cheer for us, right? And so that's, Trinity is no different in that. So that's a name chant. And just so you know, I put the directions step by step so you don't have to remember this when you go home. Okay, alphabet fun for all students. First of all, just know there's a Pinterest page for that. So every time I see a new app that I particularly like for the alphabet or a new keyboard for your iPad, I just pop that up on my Pinterest page. Let's look at Sophie. We're going to do the bingo song. How many of you know the bingo song? There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh. Okay, all right, so let's watch Sophie doing the bingo song. Okay?
Now, you guys, take a letter off.
So they've already done S, so taking O. Goodbye, O.
There was a girl who came to camp, and Sophie was her name. Oh, P-H-I-E, P-H-I-E, P-H-I-E. Sophie was her name. Oh, do you want to take off the P? We have to take off another letter. We're taking your name apart. Let's take the P off. Oh, she took the P out of your name, Sophie. Oh.
And they say goodbye, P. Do we need to take another one off? I think we do.
Oh, Trinity, are we saying goodbye to the H? See ya, H.
Did you notice we're saying goodbye, H? The reason for that is we want to make sure that they're getting that letter name right. And in the middle of the song, it's going kind of fast. So at the end, goodbye, H. So we're making it meaningful, making the alphabet meaningful. So what we're doing is bingo, the bingo song. Now, I have a bingo song to give away at the end of the day. Who thinks they need this bingo song? All right, I saw your hand first, and you're sitting in the front row. Just come get it. So this is great for little kids, but not as age respectful for older kids. How could we make this great for older kids? Well, before we do that, there is a holiday coming up, and there might be one or two of your kids who are a little excited about the Big Fat Man. Raise your hands if you have one kid who might be excited about Mr. Big Fat Man. Okay. There was a man who's very big and Santa was his name. Yay! S-A-N-T-A. Excuse me, I'm not doing a solo. Let's try it again. There was a man who's very big and Santa was his name. Yay! S-A-N-T-A. S-A-N-T-A. S-A-N-T-A, and Santa was his name. Yay! Now, why did I do yay instead of O? Because it rhymes with A. Let's milk this for all we can, right? So I want you to join the Angelman Literacy and Education Group, including Alphabet Therapy. So if you join it, I'm going to post Santa, the songboard, so you can just print it off at that group. And then you can go, that's where you're going to be able to go to get that. What about other children? Could we do this for Owen, for Sophia, for Vrinda, for Colin, for Finn, right? Any name from 3 to about 8 letters, we can make it work out. I haven't tried a 2-letter name yet. I haven't tried a 10-letter name. So, could we do this for little ones? I mean, oh, she's much too young. Forget it. We couldn't possibly. She wouldn't look. It wouldn't make any sense. Well, let's just look and see. Oh, she's not looking at all. Yeah, she's too little.
Let's take a letter. We can pull it off.
Let's pull it off.
I see you looking at it. You're just gonna go. There goes the H. I'll put it right there. Goodbye, H.
Okay, you know what I just adore? There's so many things to adore about that video, but one of them is how engaged she is, of course. Another is when Gretchen's trying to get her to pull it off and she doesn't do it. You know, there's a lot of motor planning stuff. Harper's still figuring that out. And Gretchen doesn't just do this hand over hand. Here, let me help. You know, forget it. Gretchen just makes fun with it and goes, pop. And then puts the H on her leg and says, goodbye, A. And did you hear her mom? That's the third thing I love. Harper's mom says, goodbye, H. She's already figured this out, that she's going to make that meaningful and add another level. So Harper's 19 months, and she's totally getting it, and this is giving her exposure. Do I think she knows all the letters of her name? No. But you know what? If she does this a lot, she is going to get way further on the road toward knowing all the letters. Okay, older students. What are we going to do for older students? Because we want to make it more age respectful. And so one of the things we did for Maggie, we did raps for her friends as well as for her, because that's what kids Maggie's age really care about. I mean, I'm sorry, but she probably doesn't want to rap for mommy. You know, I hate to tell you that, but right now she'd much rather have a Maisie rap. So let's look at the Maisie rap. Now we made this one into a video because videos are how Maggie really owns stuff. She can watch this video thousands of times. Has she watched it more than once? Oh, imagine that. Okay, so we've got Maisie.
Is a girl with purple hair and Maisie is her name. Yeah,
I got to start over. You got to hear what they came up with. There is a girl with purple hair.
There is a girl with purple hair and Maisie is her name. Yeah, M-A-I-S-Y. M-A-I-S-Y. M-A-I-S-Y and Maisie is her name. Yeah!
So I'll write up the directions for how we made this happen, the apps we used. Today is not about the high tech. Today is about easy breezy, making it happen, something you can do and go home and do it tomorrow. But I will write up how we made that into a video. And what about content learning? There is a country. What would be one thing that we would really like Maggie to know about Egypt? And so let's say her friends decided that it's a country with lots of pyramids. There is a country with lots of pyramids, and Egypt is his name. Yeah, E-G-Y-P-T, okay? Do you hear the difference between there is a country with lots of, not doing the little kiddo song, we're doing it more as a rap for older kids, okay? So I want you to just think about this. Who has a child with a name that's somewhere between 3 and 8 letters, either their name or their nickname, so that we could do this song or chant for them? So you just use their photo plus 5 Post-its. So Here is just a little board I made, and doggone it, I don't know what I did with that. I had pictures of Finn and Sadie and a bunch of our kids from camp to put up here. So you just put their photo, and I have 6 claps that you could add to that. So that's just a fun way. I also have another clap that will go to the fastest person, a little page so you have your very own claps. What about a school song, school theme? Think about something. I did Egypt. What can you come up with? Your turn. What's a topic? So I did this in a workshop on Wednesday. One of the high school teachers said she has a student who's included in her math class, and she's going to do, there is an angle that's very small, and acute is its name. And she said, this is going to be so great. Remember, necessary for some, good for all. She said, Jackson absolutely needs this, but you know what? I have a lot of kids who are kind of struggling with that acute thing, the definition of an acute angle. It's going to be really helpful. There is an angle that's very small, and acute is its name, right? Scavenger hunt books. We love making scavenger hunt books. We sent out half our team to find things that start with the letter S, and half of them went out to find things that start with the letter N. They came back and brought them back, and we made a book. And so here we have Sadie has sandals with socks. Silly Sadie. So we can have a lot of fun with that letter S. But Nico, right? So now we can do a story about Nico and what he needs. Nico needs nickels and numbers. Nutty Nico. We can just have a lot of fun with names, okay? The brain is a pattern detector, not a rule applier. So instead of teaching those dumb rules like when 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the, yeah, okay, you're remembering back, you're channeling grade 8, right? And going, no, the first one does the talking. Well, first of all, that rule is stupid because it's only right 52% of the time. Seriously, we're going to teach a kid a rule that's right 52% of the time? I think not. But what I'm talking about is don't just have everything's brought to you by the letter S today. Don't do S week. Because if you just do S week, the kid doesn't have to listen. They can just blow it off. You can say, what's this? And you hold up in the snake, what letter? And they go, S. They can show you an S or hit the switch that says S. Because the answer this week is S or S. So it's S week. So you don't have to think. Don't bother turning your brain on. You just know the answer. It's D week. I hold up this drink, and the kid who is 100% totally blind, I say, what letter is this? I hold up the letter, and they say D, because they know it's D week, and that's going to be the answer. So we want you to have to detect patterns and look. Made you look, right? So if it's S and N, then I'm going to make you look. Oh yeah, here we go. We got Mr. Alphabet Action Man. This is for the ladies in the crowd. Just wanted to wake you up here, okay? Okay, there's a handout. You got the handout. So what we're going to do is show a video. It's not going to be pretty, okay? Just know that. Here's what happened. They said, Caroline, can you entertain them? This is day 1. Can you entertain them for about 30 minutes? Something isn't quite ready. I'm like, oh, sure. Like I had Post-it notes and markers. What can I do with Post-it notes and markers? We can play Alphabet Action Man, so let's watch it.
Letter H for Hannah? Oh, that's a good one. H for Hannah. We've got an H for Hannah, people.
Okay, where's H?
Everybody think, what can we do for H for Hannah?
Where's
oh my
H?
gosh, what can we do? H for Hannah. We could hop. Oh, we could hop.
So one of the students, the parents helped her find the word hop on the communication device, and so she's yelling at hop.
Whoa, on 1 foot. That's so hard. That's hard. Hannah, hopping is hard. Hannah, hopping is hard. Say, Hannah, hopping is hard. Hannah, hopping is hard. Hannah, hopping is hard. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Hannah, hopping is hard. But it makes us happy. And that starts with H too. Wow, we found so many things that start with an H. Is there anybody's name who starts with an H? Is there anybody?
Hannah starts with an H. You're right. Hannah starts with an H. But we would have to make it a big H.
Harper starts with H.
What? Harper. Your name starts with an H too. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Okay, what's the next letter going to be?
Caroline, Lil picked a letter.
Lil, what did you pick? Can somebody holler out what letter Lil picked? F. I'm glad you picked a new letter. F, please.
Good job picking.
Letter writer, could we please have the letter F? The fast, funky chicken for the letter F. The fast, funky chicken for the letter F.
I told you it wouldn't be
The
pretty.
fast, funky chicken for the letter F. This time, only the kids get to say it. The letter, the color of the letter. All the adults, zip it, okay? And you can use your talker to yell it out, whatever. The fast, funky chicken for the letter. All right, I heard it. That was so good.
Okay, and then we say goodbye F and pick another letter. Who thinks you could actually maybe do that? Raise your hands if you think you might be able to play Alphabet Action Man, right? This is just so easy. But you might be, our kids were using their communication devices, they were using their alphabet flip books, they were using their alpha boards, they were using the QWERTY page, they were using the alphabet page on their devices. Dance with the girl you brought. What do your students have? That's what they can use, okay? So here are just the directions on how you'd play Action Man. Voting by letter is really fun, and so we're going to watch a video of Christian doing this. And boy, he showed us that he knew so much more than we thought just by playing this game. We didn't have to give him a test. We just played this. What you're going to see first is his mother is going to model. She makes a choice. She gets the letter and puts it on. And so we got 3 letters, and his mom has chosen, I think,
Did you write it?
she chose W for water play. So somebody's going to give me the W so I can put it under there.
Where does it go, Chantel? Voted for water. Everybody look. Where's it supposed to go? All right. Oh my gosh. Water is winning so far, guys. Check it out. Water's winning so far. Okay. Who's going to be next? I think that makes sense. You get to be next. So here's what my question is. Which one do you want to vote for? You want water?
So I'm showing him pictures, I don't know, of water versus painting.
Okay.
He picked painting.
Mix them up and don't you peek. All right. Are you ready? Look here. Look here. And look here. I love the way you look. Which one do you need to vote for paint? Let's try it. Paint. Right on. Oh my gosh, we've got a winner. We need a P, please, for paint. Now, where do you put it? It's got to go. Oh, you are so right. It goes under the paint picture. Sweet. Okay. Who wants to go next? Who wants to vote next?
So did you see all the things he's doing? First of all, he picks what he wants. Then he finds, if he'd gotten it wrong, I would have given him feedback. If he'd found the letter M, I'd go, paint. No, let's try another one. And I would take the M away, so now there are only 2 letters. He's going to get it right. There's 3 choices. He can only be wrong twice. He's going to get it right. And then he's going to feel, and then he gets to the letter and he gets to actually put it on and vote with it, okay? So here's the step-by-step instructions for how to do that. And now sound substitution. This is on your handout. I just want you to see what it looks like. So it's the song, Willoughby Wallaby Woo, an elephant sat on you, Willoughby Wallaby Wee. An elephant sat on me, Willoughby Wallaby Wanathan. An elephant sat on Willoughby Wallaby Wandy. An elephant sat on. Yeah, it's supposed to be Wandy. Never mind. Yeah, thank you. And then the kids get to make errors. It's fine if you make errors. Errors let me know what you understand and what you don't understand. It's okay. Please don't have your kids in programs where they can't make mistakes. If we make everything errorless, we are not learning what they know. We allow kids to make errors because it tells us what they know and what they don't know. So if we were doing giggly, goggly, Gathan, a gorilla gallop too, and it's supposed to be Nathan, but then Jenny raises her hand, it's me. We go, Gathan, Jenny. Jenny Gathan. Nope, not a match, not a rhyme. Let's try another one. And then when Nathan raises his hand, we try it and we connect with him. So, okay, let's make it older. Here we have Pizza, patsa, peric. Pizza fell on Eric. Now what we're going to do is take some of our kids from camp. And I'm going to do pizza, patsa, and you're going to figure out who it is. Pizza, patsa, pico. Pizza fell on. Pizza, patsa, prinda. Pizza fell on. Okay, pizza, patsa, pathan. Pizza fell on. Okay, so you just see how we could do this. We could also then use a choice board with printed names. So they're just looking at the names, seeing if they're recognizing the names. I call it the literacy flip, where you have photo on one side, name on the other. And then let's make it a shared reading book. So now we have giggly, goggly, gollin. A gorilla sat on Colin. Giggly, goggly, Gabecca. The gorilla sat on. Giggly, goggly, goin'. A gorilla sat on. Okay? So we've got ways to connect with all of your students. And I'm talking about making this a book. Okay, did you get that? This is what it looks like at the top. I put the answers in for you all. You would not put the answers in for your students. And they would just have pictures in there. You got a little piece of Velcro, a gorilla sat on, and they're having to put Colin's picture under Gollin, okay? And you can make a little giggly things book too. So let's just try that with your child's name. Pizza, patsa, panet, pizza fell on Janet. Okay, you try it with your child's name. Pizza, patsa, pizza fell on, and then your child's names. And of course, if I were doing this with Maggie, who would I be doing? Pizza, patsa, pium, pizza, which is hysterical, right? I mean, all the kids are giggling. Pizza fell on Liam. Pizza, patsa, Perry. Pizza fell on Harry. And she would want to do it. Let's try a new one. Diggity Doggity Dane, the dog danced to Jane, Zane, Chain. I mean, right? There's different names that might rhyme. Diggity Doggity Dat, the dog danced to Matt, Pat, right? Okay. And we have a lot of terrific tongue twisters. There's a handout for that. Don't forget, I want you to say this with me. We need to own this. The brain is a pattern detector, not a rule applier. And that, because of that, you're going to have 2 or 3 sounds. You're going to have D, and you're also going to have M. So D, I have a student who has a sister named Daniela. So D would be a great one for him to start with. Maggie, M would be great, because not only Maggie and Mom, and I should have written Maisie, her best friend. You're making up tongue twisters, and you can have a word missing, and they're figuring it out. Once they get better at it, now you can have it where you have words missing, but only one starts with the right sound. Let's kick it up and make it harder, okay? This is errorless, and then we are making it where you can, where you have to get the right one. And you saw Quick Ella, that elegant elephant. Here's one that's a little tongue twister book for Maggie, the messy mouse, made mini muffins. And so I'm pretty sure that we gave Maggie a choice that she got to be a mouse or a monkey or a moose. And she picked that she wanted to be the mouse. And then the other girls picked the word messy, and then they had fun doing the rhyme. And again, we can make this into a video. Make a silly book. Here is Bongo bites balloons. I want you to think about your child's communication system. What else could they find that Bongo bites that starts with the letter B? Bubbles, balls, books. What? Bones. And what? Bombs. Oh, see, make it funny. Exactly. That's exact. See, Penny gets it, right? She's got it. And one of my students did babies. And then we got to say, bad, bad Bongo, right? Because Bongo should not be biting babies. Just having fun with this, right? Cool Cat caught a caterpillar. Cool Cat caught a cow. I mean, how silly is that, right? Think about the picture. Cool Cat caught. And then at the end, Cool Cat caught a car. Careful, Cool Cat, right? Just having fun. Make sure that last line is silly, 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 okay? I have a website, AAC Intervention. There's a tip of the month every month starting in 1999 and going through, okay, only 2013. I'm going to do 12 of them next week, week after next. But there will be tips of every month until I die or move to Tahiti. And I got to say, Tahiti's looking really good. So download now. Lots of the tips, the things that I put on there about the tongue twisters and about the sound substitution, alphabet action man, those are all tips, and there's tons more, okay? So phonemic awareness is only part of a reading program. This is one piece. I mean, writing is really important. Shared reading is really important. Just make sure that you know that it should be interactive, authentic, and fun, whether you're doing phonemic awareness, alphabet learning, writing, etc. I've set up games that you can play lots of places. In the car, you're waiting in the doctor's office, and you can play some of those types of rhyming games or tongue twister games. Thanks so much. We love having you.
Thank these guys, right? This is amazing.